Welcome back. President-elect Trump is expected to meet with House Republicans in Washington this morning. Trump will then head to the White House to meet with President Biden. Trump's visit coming as House Republicans will hold their internal elections today. House Speaker Mike Johnson running for re-election, but some conservative members are considering challenging him for the job as Republicans debate who should be the next speaker. House Democrats are already plotting to sabotage Trump's agenda. Axios reports that Democrats are working to get the money from the Inflation Reduction Act out the door as quickly as possible. Democrats are also pushing the Biden administration to fast-track citizenship and residency paperwork for immigrants. Joining me now is New York Congressman Nick Langworthy, as member of the House Oversight, Agriculture and Rules Committees. Congressman, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. First, on the internal vote in terms of the Speaker of the House, who are you supporting?
Oh, I'm supporting Speaker Johnson for another term. I mean, he has had extraordinary circumstances he's fought under in coming to the speakership. I think he's done a great job, and he's led us back to the majority. And we're ready to get to work with President Trump and pass his America First agenda, the mandate that people gave us in this last election.
Well, how much of that work will be undoing what the Democrats are sabotaging right now? I mean, you just saw the Axios story where Democrats are trying hard to sabotage the Trump agenda before he gets in this last 60 days here, before the inauguration.
It's not lost. I mean, they're going to use every minute they have on the clock while they're still in power, while Chuck Schumer still has the gavel in the Senate, and they're going to get every last piece of their business done that they can. We have to be poised and ready to lead on day one when President Trump is sworn in on January 20th. I think it's really important that we hit the ground running. We make things happen right away because, things didn't go as well when Congress didn't cooperate with President Trump in 2017. When he first took office, there was too many Republicans, frankly, working against him. Now I think that there's a spirit of cooperation that President Trump hasn't experienced in the past. We're ready to work together. We're all on the same page, ready to lead on day one.
No, that's a great point to make, and it's good to hear. Emily, jump in here. What do you think the Democrats can do? What can they do to stall Trump's agenda or even kill it?
I think they have very limited options here. And the question is whether or not the administration pushing money out the door makes it harder to move forward on some of the tax credit repeal or other things that might be challenging. In fact, Congressman, I'd be curious if you think that the administration's desire to spend money, perhaps under the IRA or other policies that they push, will make it harder for House Republicans to actually meet an agenda and get things done in reconciliation on the tax side.
Well, I think reconciliation, continues. Plans continue to move forward, but you have they're trying to preserve every last piece they can. They're trying to spend money that's already been appropriated, get it out the door before anything can be repealed or reconciled. So, I do think that they are going to use every minute right till the 11th hour. I'm sure that they will not leave the Oval Office until they are constitutionally mandated to do. But we have to be prepared to, have our policy agenda in full focus. And I think the president-elect has done a terrific job laying out his cabinet, putting the right people in place so that we are ready to go with an administration. We can get those officials confirmed and pass his 100 days agenda when he's ready.
What about Speaker Mike Johnson's move this week, sending a letter to all of President Biden's cabinet secretaries, directing them to preserve all records, documents, and communications? Johnson is talking about material related to the border, Afghanistan withdrawal, collusion with social media companies, the weaponization of government, and the anti-Semitism on college campuses, Congressman. What do you want to see in the House, and where is this going?
Well, as a member of the House Oversight Committee, I have seen firsthand how the lack of transparency in this Biden administration has been off the charts. I mean, this is probably the least transparent administration in recent memory. They have stonewalled and obstructed every single step of the way. We saw that last year as we were going through everything with the Hunter situation, and they have blockaded really every opportunity they've gotten. So this records preservation is critical. It's the law, frankly. That's the most important factor here. But we need to be able to unwind exactly what happened these last 4 years, what led to the Afghanistan withdrawal that they haven't been honest with. I mean, we saw during the campaign just how dishonest they were every single step of the way. I mean, cooking the books on jobs numbers, going, every single metric that they were able to use on crime statistics. They lied and misled people. These are things that we need to get the full story, because otherwise it's really tough to lead going forward when you don't know where we've been for the last 4 years. And we need to use our full oversight authority to go through that information.
Yeah, it's a good point, because for so long we were hearing from the Democrats about how great job creation is until they quietly changed it, and Bureau of Labor Statistics comes out and says, well, 818,000 jobs were actually non-existent. Same with crime. For a little while we're hearing, oh, crime is down. Yeah, don't believe your own eyes. And then of course, quietly, they revised it and said, no, crime is actually up. So I'd like to, will the public know what you find out when you find, when you actually get these documents, and will you be getting them, do you think?
Well, I think this is records preservation going into the end of this administration, into the next. The good news is we keep the gavels. You know, we have the full investigative authority. We can't be stonewalled by Democrats. We can't be stonewalled in the Senate by Democrats anymore. We have a mandate from the people under President Trump's, leadership that we will, put an agenda forward and get things done. But that also includes a very important look back as to what has gone on in this country for the last 4 years that we don't know about, that they've hidden from Congress, and getting those answers is critical to going forward and putting an optimistic future in place. It
doesn't appear that Judge Juan Merchan is seeing it that way. The New York judge is delaying a ruling on whether to toss out Trump's criminal conviction in the hush money case. He's delaying it till next week. Trump lawyers are demanding the case be dismissed entirely because he is now president-elect. Congressman, is it possible that this judge delays this sentencing until after the 4 years that Trump will serve in office?
I mean, I suppose I have, very low expectations for Judge Merchan. This should be thrown out entirely. It's impossible to move ahead with this case. I mean, frankly, Kathy Hochul should pardon President Trump from these charges and get on with the business of the American people. The American people clearly don't care about this case. No other American ever would have been prosecuted in this manner. I mean, this is lawfare at its very worst. They weaponized the legal system in the city of New York, in the state of New York, and Kathy Hochul should do the right thing and make this pardon in place so that President Trump can really get to work for the people of New York and the people of the whole country, for that matter.
All right, Congressman, we'll be watching all of this. Thanks very much for being here. Nick Langworthy this morning in the Capitol.